Hi guys, well done to Sophy Ridge from Sky News when she interviewed Gillian Keegan on her show following the PR disaster that unfolded on Monday, where she was caught swearing on camera when she thought that reporters had ended the recording. Right-wing outlets and commentators are focusing on the bad language and not the arrogance on display. But it gets worse. When this point was raised with the Education Secretary, the idea that people should be commending her for what she has done, instead of showing concern for the lack of maintenance as a result of Tory cuts, Keegan then tried to blame somebody else, but forgot that she's the one in charge. Toe-curling stuff. Have a listen to this.
I don't think people are upset about the choice of language. I think people are upset about the complacency, the tone that...
There's no complacency.
Why aren't people thanking us for the great job we've done? When parents are worried
I wasn't
about
talking,
the safety
no,
of their children
I
in
was
school.
not talking about people. It was the journalist. So basically in the interview, if you listen to the interview, I don't know if anyone will now, the journalist was like, why haven't you done this in 2018 or, you know, way before I was even doing this? So
Well, Daniel Hewitt isn't responsible for it, is it?
No, but what I said is actually the department has taken a huge leadership role. So they're not the responsible body for schools, but we have taken a role to really help schools. And I think...
They're not the responsible body for schools. What do you mean?
They're not the responsible body for school buildings is the local authorities or the Multi-Academy Trust.
But you're responsible for Multi-Academy Trust, aren't you? The Department for Education,
but
right?
Everybody has a different role. Right?
No, but that's correct, isn't it? You're responsible for Multi-Academy
Yes,
Trust.
but
so you are responsible for... I mean, to be honest...
Everybody has different responsibilities.
But are you saying that you're not responsible for the safety of children in the classroom?
Absolutely I am, which is why we took a completely different approach that we've taken, and actually that every other country's taken.
Oh God, it just gets worse. So first of all, blaming the journalist. I was angry with the journalist, not angry with the public. What, you know, I wasn't saying, why isn't the public commending the great work that I've done? You know, we've imposed cuts on the public service over the last 13 years. But I'm not angry with the public here. I'm angry with the journalist. Okay, why aren't you saying I'm doing a great job? And then the trusts. It's the responsibility of these trusts. And this is where good journalism comes in. You know, because if this was Nick Ferrari or somebody on GB News, they would have just focused on the bad language. But instead, quality journalists, knowing that these trusts are under the responsibility of the minister, the Secretary of State for Education, you know, not letting her get away with that. Oh, it's the trust's fault. They're the ones who have to deal with this. And who's ultimately responsible for the trusts? Yeah, well, I am. She should go, not because of the bad language, but because she's completely incompetent. But this is typical Tory response to every problem. It's somebody else's fault. First of all, it's the journalist's fault. Well, I think part of the interview, you know, that before she blamed the journalist, I think she wanted to blame the public. But then it's the journalist's fault, then it's the trust's fault. Then she realizes, well, actually, I can't get away with that because I actually have a quality journalist in front of me who's going to ask me who's responsible for the trusts. So it's always somebody else's responsibility, as we saw here. She should resign or she should be sacked, but probably neither will happen. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.